What's up?
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gentleman's Lounge. We still clowning. We still being the three of us.
Ain't not gonna change.
Yeah. Of course, you got none other than Jarrette Jones, J. Jones.
The J. Jones, you know what I'm saying? You already know. The life of the party.
The man of mystery this year, AJ.
Man of mystery, I like it.
Mr. Phenom.
Yeah, of course, you got your boy Les, bald ass Les. You know, this is going to be a funny episode, man, because AJ took a beating last time, man.
He ain't take enough of a beating, dog.
I don't know. You kind of got. I don't know. I feel like his is harder though because
how
it is definitely harder.
I mean,
nigga, you wasn't never married.
Years.
He was engaged though, man. It's
like you wasn't married.
I had 6 times more years invested than you.
But you wasn't married, which means you was taking your time. Why you ain't married before?
More years invested, more feelings, more.
Well, let's take a step back. Let's ask the question that really matters. What Jarrette is asking is, why did you not marry her in those 6 years? What else were you trying to figure out?
So we got engaged in 4 years, and
y'all together for 6 though, right?
We was together, almost 6 years. Yep. And you know, I'm gonna keep it funky with you.
Keep it funky.
It's already funky because it don't seem right. If a chick was on this show right now, she's like,
I don't smell I smell bullshit. No, but look, I wasn't the best partner. You know, I'm gonna be 100 with it. You know, it was things that we were going through, and I kind of was just doing my own thing at times, and took my eye off the ball, really, for real. You know, I put the blame on me. You know what I mean? I mean, she's not perfect, obviously. I'm not perfect.
Right.
You know, we 2 human beings trying to make it work, but, I put the blame on me for sure.
You think y'all done?
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I wouldn't say put the blame on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes 2 to tango, you know what I'm saying? Like it
really does. I don't want to sit here and be like, man, it was her fault, man. We ain't together.
No. I mean, y'all both just got to take accountability. Got to take accountability for both of y'all actions because there was probably things that both of y'all did that led to the relationship.
So it was things that expressing yourself throughout the relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, if it was things that I didn't like, I kept my mouth closed. You know, I was just like, all right, whatever. I'll just deal with it. You know, I learned that. You know, with time, I learned that that's not the way to go. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to openly express yourself. Like, hey, I don't like this. You know, let's change this up a little bit. Let's try to do this better or that better. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna over the years, you're gonna grow resentment towards each other. Yeah. You know, and that's what happened with me. And
so what's one of those things? I'm gonna ask both of y'all this. What's one of those things where you just like, I got to speak up about? Like I can't let this ride.
I mean,
it could be anything, but it's one of those things like you just be like I can't. Like if I could go back and say something like I gotta say something about this, it's gonna bother me if I don't.
So I think for me, because I don't want my partner to feel like I'm nagging when I'm communicating my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was to nitpick at everything that bothers me, then 100% they're gonna be like, bro, you just nagging like this. Why are you always on my case about something that they may think is small to them, but to me it's a big issue. So I usually don't say too much of nothing until it gets to that point, which is why I was like, I'm with AJ on that. Was like, I don't that doesn't work.
That's what I'm asking.
But it's like if I see something, like for me, I think the biggest thing is like if I see something that potentially could betray or has broken my trust, then I'm gonna say something and speak on it right then and there. Because at this point, like, trust is the hardest thing to build and the easiest thing to lose. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the moment that I see that this trust has been broken, I'm gonna speak on it.
But y'all talking about like I should have spoke up on a lot of things.
I kind of let it build up. If I see you DMing another dude or you having conversations with somebody that isn't just platonic, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit deeper than that. Like then, hell yeah. What? Okay. Like, but what about you kikiing and ha-haing in his face too?
So I'll give y'all an example, okay? Because the question I'm asking is like, what are some of those things? Like if I can go back, like I nowadays I would speak up about certain things, things like that. But I would probably say for an example, if you never actually offered to take me out ever. Like never want to pay the bill or something like that. And you quiet because you don't want to sound like a little, like, why don't you never feed me, blah, blah, blah. But nah, those are one of those things where it's like, damn, I want to feel like, shoot, we in this together.
I want to get courted too.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an issue.
Or if she never cooks. I mean, one woman cooks, but I'm saying like if she never cooks and you just like, damn, like, I should have spoke up sooner. Like one of those things. Like I should have just told you flat out, like, yo, that bugs me that you never feed me.
Me and Ayanda did have that conversation because I was just like, well, damn, like I understand that you want to be dated too, but what about me? Like, and then we talked about this like after we were, you know what I'm saying, separated and divorced and everything. Because like, so we did our little reflection. It was like, what could have made the relationship better? And I was like, well, shit, I felt like I wasn't being dated too. Like, I understand you wanted to be dated, but shit, we're both in this together. Like this shouldn't just be one sided. Yeah. And I'm not saying that she was taken, you know.
But that's how it feels. In my opinion, you let me know if I'm wrong.
Right. Yeah, no, like, it just feel like to me it just feel like, damn, well, shit, do you like me too? Because I'm dating you and I'm taking you out. Shit, what about me? I like to do things too.
I like chocolate.
So not only do I gotta date you, you know, I gotta go and open your door, I gotta buy you some stuff, I gotta do this. Yeah. And the minute I make a mistake, it's like I'm the worst thing in the world. Yeah. But damn, girl, I'm trying to wait for this stuff to come back on. Like, what's in it for me now, too? You know, other than sex.
Too. Yeah.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
For me, for that, you know, I don't think anything, you know, being courted or anything, because Tika did her thing when it comes to, you know, gifts.
Oh, I know. She cleans your house.
Cleans and your drawers.
Without you having to ever do it.
True. You know, and then I had guys, you know, the guys come through, she would cook and fix everybody plate and make sure people had a drink.
She cook for the homies?
Well, she used to always, every time they had a little kickback or something,
my wife don't.
She was always having tacos or something. She had the whole spread was always out.
Yeah, that baby. Drinks, start cooking when the homies come over.
You know, hospitality was her thing. She would always make sure you was good.
Yeah.
She from Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, it was more so me being pushed in my career, or me trying to push her in her career, and she was kind of trying to be like, I'm good where I'm at, but it wasn't good enough for me.
I got you.
And it kind of, you know, it kind of put a sour taste in my mouth a little bit. And then in hers, vice versa. You know, when we had discussions about different things moving forward in our future and our career goals and finances and everything, because that's a big part of a relationship. So then, you know, had some odd conversations, and
those are tough conversations to have, because it's like I'm with my partner and I see all of this potential in you, but you don't see it in yourself, and I can't want it more than you. Yeah. Like, and I don't want you to hold me back, and I don't want to elevate, and you just like, well, what about me? And it's like, how do we sit here and have this conversation about, okay, well, this is what I'm doing, this is what I got going on, and I have these goals, and I know you have these goals, but you may not be moving as fast as me, but like, I can't want it more than you.
It takes money to make money, and I know you want to be. You have these aspirations to be this and that, and you want to get your entrepreneurship on. But it takes money to make money. Let's do this 9 to 5 to get this and that. You know.
I mean, I know what this is. It's a classic example, man. It's just a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, really, he said a ghost. Tasha, dog. Like for real, that's a classic example, because he aspired to be more than just a drug dealer, like a kingpin and stuff like that. Yeah. And Tasha was smart as hell. Like, she was a goon, but she was comfortable in that life. And he's like, nah, that ain't really what I want. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of this. Like, I'm trying to like own property. I'm trying to own everything. Like, I'm trying to do something much bigger. Yeah. Meanwhile, she at the same time was like, nah, you tripping, like whatever. You know, I ain't really paying attention and listening to him, which a lot of times it's the small things you got to pay attention to really feel like where this person is going with it, and not write them off. Like, they're giving you signs to pay attention to, so you got to pay attention to. So I would say definitely, man.
Do y'all think
that's why she slid up in there?
Do y'all think that that's something that y'all can deal with long term, or it's like when you see it firsthand? Because like me, my personality is like I instantly I go into help mode. Like I'm a problem solver. I'm a helper. Like, let's just figure this out. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you had these big dreams, these aspirations, and you were actively going after them, and your partner was just like, you know, I want to do this too, but they were like dragging their ass.
A little relaxed.
How long, or even if you do or don't, do you stay with this person, or do you try to encourage them?
I think you have conversations about it. Encouragement, positivity is always the best way to handle a situation. Try not to bash your partner, or try not to belittle them and everything, but try to come up with a plan to make it better, or less an action plan, And then if over a course of a year, 2 years, and nothing has been done, then you got to reevaluate it and make an executive decision.
I don't know, man. Like me, you can call me selfish, whatever you want. So my thing about that, because I've had conversations with people like this before that I was dating, where I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm holding you accountable for what you told me to do. I'm gonna push you, and like if for some reason you going at a slower rate, all right, cool, you going at a slower rate, but just don't fuck with my shit. That's my biggest thing. Like, don't slow me down because, you know, and it's not that we not gonna reach both of our goals. We're gonna do it at different times. That's fine. But when you start interfering with my goals and what I want, because you're not ready to take that next level yet in what you're doing, well, that's the only time I will bump heads with somebody. It's like at the end of the day, like I could be 2 steps ahead, but I'm still gonna check on you and be like, yo, like you told me this, like what's up? What you need? You need help? You know, this. But the minute you fuck with my shit, that's when stuff starts blowing up. Like that's when I'm actually having real conversations with you and I'm tripping about stuff and I'm just telling you flat out like, nah, like this ain't like a selfish goal where it's like just about me, but it's more so like, yo, if I wanted to be a better version of me and I'm telling you I want to be a better version of me and you're kind of holding me back, you're not pushing me, you know, whatever it may be. Well then, after a couple of times, then we're gonna have issues. And I will leave. Like
and I think that's big issues. What about like minor stuff that you just be like, whatever, but I may bring it up. What you thinking?
You know,
and these are the things that we feel like, or I feel like, I ain't gonna speak for Jared, but be like nagging and stuff. Be like, all right, you got hair on the sink, or you got your shoes right here. You know you're supposed to put your shoes up, or whatever. You know, that's more so nagging. I think the big things we would speak up more so than those small things, and it's like nagging.
No, to be honest, the small things turn into big things.
True.
You know, you keep ignoring it so many times, it sneak up on you because it's all those small things are usually leading up to something bigger. And if you don't address some of those small things, like, it's going to definitely blow up in your face. Like, like, I mean, there's some things where you just get used to because it's just blending two lives together if you're married, where you going to just accept that, you know what, this is a habit or this is just how they are. But I can tolerate that. That's cool. But certain things, you just like, nah, like, I don't want to raise my family like this. Like, my wife get on my nerves when I organize stuff, and then she completely doesn't put it back. Like I just spent like 2 hours organizing all this, and that gets on my nerves. But it ain't a deal breaker. It's just yo, I'm just gonna keep snapping on you, something like that.
What about privacy in the relationship?
What you mean? Tell me more.
Tell me more.
Let a woman tell it. Ain't no privacy in a relationship. Let a woman tell
me. Man, look, man, I couldn't use the bathroom without my ex-fiance coming busting in there just to do something with the mirror, and I'm like, damn, can I get 5 minutes of privacy? I got my ass out. Just let me get 5 minutes.
Nah, you just want that alone time. I get it. You
I'm like, bro,
your phone bullshit.
Bullshit.
But it's the quiet, it's the
relaxing.
And then they come in. It's like, yo, don't do your hair now. Why would you want to do your hair right now?
Right.
If you want to come in and grab something real quick, that's cool.
Because that being in the bathroom, that's the time when
it's a vulnerable position.
Our most peaceful and
most vulnerable.
Right.
It's most vulnerable, dog.
Can I get some privacy?
Yeah, that's the. I mean, imagine somebody run up on you on the toilet. You like, damn, G, I'm unprepared for this. Like, I'm not the type of hillbilly where I keep a gun strapped up while I'm on my own toilet. Like, nah, that's just like, yo, all right, bro, you got me. Shoot me.
I try to get that space. Like, all right, that's your time, your personal time. Go ahead. I'm gonna kick back.
But was that a deal breaker for you?
No, it wasn't a deal breaker. But it's like, you want your space, you want your boundary, you want that, the boundary a little bit. Private.
All right, so back to privacy.
Yeah, what's up?
Did y'all?
You finna go for phones or some shit?
Yeah. Did y'all partners or do yours? And did yours have y'all password to your phone?
Mm-hmm. Of course, my wife got my password.
Yep. Yeah, of course. What about you?
Yeah, it's like
she had my password and my location.
Yeah, my location. I mean, if you want me to share my current location, cool. Or if you were like, yo, can you keep your location on when you're on your way home? That's cool.
I learned that too.
But I'm not keeping my location on. I mean, I get both sides where it's like, yo, I'm actually worried about you. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to keep my location on the entire time.
Yeah.
If I want to pull over to the side of the road and take a nap in the car before my next meeting, and you mad that I left the house a little early, thinking I had to go straight to work, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna explain it. Like, no, I just did it. I cheated the system. Essentially, that's what it is.
Try to get some people.
Yeah. But no, I mean, once you get married, she already know. Once we got married, I told her like I would never have an excuse why I can't give you my phone.
Yeah.
So if I'm texting right now, she's like, give me your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is be like, nah, you can't have my phone.
Right.
I'm like, we married. Everything's shared.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
That's good.
Yeah, that was hard. I mean, I ain't gonna say it was hard for me, but like it was different for me because even in past relationships, like I never was just like, yeah, here, like take my phone. You know what I'm saying? Because all I had was girlfriends and shit, and it was never to the level where it's like, I want your phone. I want to see your phone for this, or like I always wanted to get to the level where it's just like, hey, who called me? Go ahead and answer it, or go ahead and text this person. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of got that in my marriage, but it was difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm usually always on my phone. So after once people get to know me, knowing like, yo, not only am I texting, but I'm organizing some shit. I'm checking these emails, like something, which I'm on my phone too much, to be honest. Yeah. I'm gonna change that this year. I've already started.
That's a lie, because he don't never. You ever try to text him?
I'll be texting you back right away.
No, the hell you don't.
Yes, I do.
No. Maybe this last couple weeks.
If I'm in a meet, if it's weekday, I might be in a meeting. But weekends, I'm usually quick.
Let's be prompt.
The only time I don't text you back right away is if y'all late to something. I purposely don't check my phone.
Oh, okay. Oh, it makes sense now.
Everybody does that. Everybody does that. Everybody who's got a table or everybody who's like, everybody. If you the plug, like, and your people's come late. Like when Tone, right? When I was younger in Tone, we used to be like, yo, meet me here at like 10:30 or 11. I know he gonna be late.
Yeah.
But I ain't about to have my plug waiting on me to get inside.
Right.
It don't make sense. Like, if I'm late. That's different. Like, I just happen to be late because of whatever. But 9 times out of 10, I'm getting there on time and I'm gonna crack jokes on him because I know he gonna be late. But for your plug to be waiting on you,
that was too good.
That's like a chick that's like you invite some chicks out. And you like, yo, get there at like 12:30, and they get there at 1:30, and the club closes at 2. You think I'm gonna go outside and get them?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah, no, but that's the privilege stuff where they like, oh, well, you know, we pretty, so we can just go ahead and show up when we get there. No, you can't.
You can't.
I'd be like, not unless my table is empty.
Right.
Then it's like, I gotta take a shit. I gotta, go ahead and count my losses.
Put some faces in the section. True, that's what's up. But for the phone location for me, it was we started sharing because of something happened, and it was like, all right, well, let me make sure you good, and I ain't gonna go to detail, but make sure you good, and that's when we started sharing location. That was early on in our relationship too.
Did she catch you again after that?
No, it wasn't nothing for me. It was for
you
her.
Said what? Did she?
Well, you said something. Oh, something bad happened.
It was.
I thought you meant like you got caught doing some shit.
No, I ain't get caught doing it. Let's
I was like, damn, you got caught doing some stuff. I was
at the crib chilling. Yeah. Moms and people was calling me like, where she at? And I'm like, man, I don't know. Shit. Yeah. I'm calling her and no answer. So that was like, all right, well, let me get your location because if something happens, then we'll know where you at, type of thing. So it wasn't nothing I did though.
It's a comfortability thing with women. A lot of women be wanting your location. A lot of women.
I know
they want to see you.
That's all just recently too. And a lot of women be like, oh, I don't check it. I just want to have it.
They check that shit.
Happen, but
they check that shit, bro.
In case something happen. All right. So what if I'm in another state and you know nothing about this state? You don't know nothing about the city that I'm in.
Yeah, but they can see if they see you at a residential place.
Yeah,
they be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. What if I'm
women
with
are
my
fucking
homies?
detectives.
What if I'm with my homies? You gonna call me and you gonna be like, who you with? I'm like, I'm with my homies. And you gonna be like, nah, some bitches over there. Yes, there are. Like, my guy got a girlfriend, or whoever. Like, it don't matter. Like, yes, like what exactly is she gonna do to help me?
Yeah, true.
Technically, she can't call the police to save me.
True, that's true.
I always be
like,
it's always
on the location.
Yeah, but she would have to somehow. She would have to tell them to connect her to the police in the other state. Yep. In that other city, and you gotta get the county right too.
Yeah.
So she get all that right, and then they're gonna be looking like, yo, this crazy chick,
tripping
all the way in Chicago, calling me about some stuff in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and thinking I'm about to just roll up to this crib. She could be a crazy ex or something.
Right,
you never know.
That's true.
I see both sides.
That's true.
I see both sides. True. So how do y'all feel about? Our women in general. So I know a big topic has been going on about. It's actually been going on. It just, goes in waves about what's being highlighted. About, our women, man, our black women in the community being protected.
Man, it's a big deal.
You feel they aren't?
Nah, they not. They not. Overall, nah.
Are black men protected?
Black men? No, we ain't either.
Okay.
No. Yeah, no. I think it's definitely heightened for both. Black men is. I ain't gonna say one or the other is more. But it's definitely like society don't give a fuck about us. So it's really on us to do the protection of ourselves and our women. And it's tough.
Yeah.
it's tough.
We got to stick together more. I don't think as a black community as a whole, we stick together like Hispanics or
wholeheartedly
or all of that. We, you know what I'm saying? It's just, we kind of segregated.
Because it's always the I'm trying to one-up you factor when it comes to the black community. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really wants to be in peace and harmony and kumbaya. Like everybody, somebody has to be. There has to be. I need to be doing better than you. You know what I'm saying? And that's never gonna work for our community because it's like
within each other.
Yeah, and it's like we
it's a curse, man.
it's
really
definitely a curse.
Curse we gotta actually acknowledge and overcome.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we've been going through this for 400 plus years. I don't see it ending no time soon.
I mean, biblically, it was already foretold.
Yeah,
they really
not to get too deep, man. You know how I feel about the truth. Yep. So, like,
but shit, it's
four corners of the earth.
Trying to protecting black women, like,
because you gonna protect your sister, you gonna protect your sister. I'm gonna protect my sister, but a random dude, if you're not able to get to your sister at the moment, and your sister's in danger at the moment, a random dude walking past, you think he gonna step in?
I mean, but
chances are,
if it was a white woman, would he step in?
Probably so.
Think so?
You think so?
A black man?
Black man? No. I thought you said.
Okay.
Well, no. A black man? Nah.
But a white woman, but I agree with you though. A white man seeing a white woman in trouble will definitely step in a lot faster.
Absolutely. I've seen plenty of videos where chicks were just going at it and motherfuckers just walking past like shit. That ain't or recording. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's sad. But I mean, you got to culturally though. I mean, the system was already set up for a lot of black men to be locked up in the first place, right? So there was no black men at first. Like that available. But now that we are, the problem is, I'm assuming this what they talking about is, we climb up the ladder and we forget about them. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, shoot, who's worrying about us? We've been home taking care of your kid, or we've been home taking care of you and household. So that's a big issue there as well.
That's another. It's a whole nother layer. Like we could be peeling back these layers for days.
That's what I say. I don't know if I would want to get too deep. You know me.
Why not?
So what's the solution to it, you think?
Oh, man.
More black leaders or what?
To be honest, it's already happening around us. We don't even know it.
Yeah.
Being that, when you start seeing influential black women, like, being bosses out there, like, it's changing the landscape of things. Like, Michelle Obama, right? Beyonce, Rihanna, going back to her own, I don't know, call it a country, island, and being able to be an ambassador for them or whatnot. Like, it's all shaping because you start seeing more and more powerful women. Lizzo coming out and making all the positive songs that she's making to be the pioneer. Like, it's starting to shape, like, the way we look at black women. Like, we're starting to look at them more as queens now. But the hard part is, man, you got to get educated black men behind them. Because the less educated black men are, like, we ain't going to support
that gap going to continue to spread.
The second piece is, like I said, it goes back to the culture. The music, all the music talks about is killing ourselves. Our culture is the only culture that music talks about killing each other. Like, I don't think any other. I don't
disrespecting our women too.
No rock. Disrespect. No rock and roll.
Definitely not no
jazz,
country.
Like you said, country,
bluegrass, pop, none of
that. None of that. We are the only people that actually talk about it. That's why we're the only people that can lose sponsorships as fast as we can lose it. Like with Rick Ross saying that he's slipping it. People like, oh, damn, that can happen to my girl. No, you can't do that no more. Like, he over there just rapping, but at the same time, like, he lost a whole endorsement deal. So, and we're the only culture that's like
silently lost it, but still got it back. Like, it was, they had to slap on the wrist in the public eye. Because the same thing happened with Future.
Same thing happened to Kyrie.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, where they, like, apologize. You like, all right, I won't, but I will politely do it somewhere other way. And it's like, okay, it's okay now. But
that's a whole other story.
It starts with respect, though, man. Leave these bitches at, hey, what the bitches at? Hey, what are you told? Hey, the pros is outside. You know what I mean? It's never like, hey, it's some young ladies outside.
But I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's just our generation and the generation coming behind us, bro. Like, it's a gift and a curse. Like, we're pushing the narrative on a lot of things. We're changing the landscape on a lot of things, but we're also becoming more divided as we're changing this landscape. You know what I'm saying? Because these young dudes and these young girls growing up, good Lord. I hate dating, and I hate to see what the dating scene is going to look like in a couple of years, bro, because what? It's
all about what you can pretend to prove, you know? Like, at the end of the day, we rap about, like, okay, who got the money, right? And then the girls, the female rappers are rapping about, they don't give a fuck about niggas with money, but then the next track will say, like, yo, if you ain't making $1 million, like, I ain't fucking with you. It's contradictory, and then it's like, okay, well, are you for sale or are you not for sale? And then the dudes are like, shoot, I don't trust no hoe, I don't trust the female, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, so you forever single, right?
Smash
but
them, pass them to the homies.
You still going raw dog on these chicks. You got to if you got baby mamas. All this shit is contradictory. It's like, yo, how are you going raw on chicks that you saying you don't give a fuck about? I don't fuck with no hoes, I don't fuck with fuck these females. But you went raw, you got 3 baby mamas. So every day is like confusing as hell nowadays, dog.
When the City Girls came out, what song was that? And she was like, some song where she was like, I don't need a nigga for nothing, some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then ended up getting knocked up like.
It makes no, everything, it's just, that's why it's confusing to me.
It just sounds good. That's
and it's hard for me to listen to music like that nowadays.
But what about this? That's what a lot of this new generation is gravitating towards. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard to push that narrative because that's what they like.
It's the shiny new toy. It's the cool. What's cool at the moment?
But they not gonna realize that shit ain't gonna work and ain't gonna sustain until they get older. Yeah, it's cool. You 19, 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? But when you get older and you realize that
nigga free,
life ain't like it's more to life.
It's more to life. And when you meet a woman that's an intelligent woman that can actually elevate your life mentally and physically, you looking like now they confused. They're like, damn, we ain't rapping about shit. You ain't asking me for my money. She looking like, nah, dude. I'm 27 or 30. I'm single. I got a good career. I have a great work-life balance. Like, I'm good, brother. I don't need you.
Yeah.
I'm here to join, like, support you wherever you need to, but I don't need you. And then the dudes get confused. They're like, nah, this isn't for me.
That's why
I need a chick that I can dominate.
Good black men is they
want to feel good about
40s or some shit like that. Ain't that statistic? The smart or the good black men that's left, because it ain't that many of them. They all like in they 40s or some shit like that.
I don't know how that could be a statistic. Like, how do you actually statistically track this?
You
black man, like
the book of Dr.
you in
Kevin
your 40s?
Samuels.
Okay. Do you have a good job still? Okay. No kid? Oh, it's a good
man.
It's a
401k and a pension plan?
Right.
All right, bet. Cool.
Sure. You single? Now, the first thing gonna say is, what's wrong with you?
Right.
That's the first thing gonna say.
What the hell you been doing wrong?
Yeah, man.
Slow swimmers.
Yeah.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I guess that's fair.
The other day he was like, man, we finna be some old daddies. And I said,
I'm for sure. Bro, I've already done the math. I'm not having no kid right now because I'm single and I'm not just having a child with any old body.
You can have it in the next 2 years though.
Even still, I'm still gonna be an old dad.
What you say? What's an old dad?
I'm gonna be 50. If I have kids in the next 2 years, I'm gonna be 50 by the time my child is 15.
I mean, that ain't me, but I'm just saying. Like,
he put that juju on me, man.
Might be, yeah.
I said, you right up there.
I said, I will because my daughter. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
I'm not old. I'm on the other side of 50.
But you already had your first though. We ain't even had our first.
Yeah.
So
y'all younger.
It's a little difference.
I got like 3 years on y'all. I think.
Nah.
2?
I'm 35.
I'm 35.
33.
Yeah, I said 2.5 years.
2.5, yeah.
2.5 years, something like
Listen,
that.
but my knees feel like they're about 45.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
Be running around. Hey, go sit down.
I'll probably be in a relationship before you be back in a relationship, though. I'll give you that. And
I don't think he listens to this podcast.
Right.
Me?
Yeah, I don't think he listens to this podcast, dog, because the way you talking.
No, look.
I'm having fun now.
I'm just having fun, but I mean, I don't want to be in the. I don't
wait till we have some, like,
I don't want to have too much fun for too long.
If I remember correctly, he said he wasn't going to be in another relationship to what, 2024?
Yeah,
2024. I said that.
That's a whole nother year from now.
To actually start dating somebody seriously.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's another year after that till you actually get it unless you rush into it. That makes sense.
I don't know. He 4 months shouty.
Oh, that's right. You do move in after 4 months.
I mean, that happens. You know, if you like what you see, hey, just know if I like you, I like you.
That's like
I'm
when
gonna keep saying that.
That's when you tell your boys about a chick. Like, nah, bro. I'm telling you, give it 3 months. She going.
Bro.
She just wants you to go ahead and take it to a couple of dinners.
I don't know, dog. I don't know.
Give me like fall of 24.
I'm not gonna see.
Possibly.
You putting those expectations
I'm not gonna put no
on yourself,
and that's dates. But I'm just like, hey, if something came about.
That's what we different. I'm not putting no expectations on it because I feel like anytime that you put expectations on anything, you're setting yourself up. And if you don't reach whatever expectations you set up, then you're gonna be disappointed.
But you do have to set a standard for yourself, though.
Set the standard and the expectations is different.
Everything. You can't go with the flow with everything. You just be like, well, shit, if it comes, it comes. It don't. It's never going to come.
No, you definitely can. Because if I'm in a headspace to be like, I'm going to intentionally date, then yes, I'm going to be focused on.
So when are you going to intentionally date? That's the question.
I'm not there yet, which is why I'm just going with the flow.
5 years.
All right, so I got a question. Y'all brought up some good conversation.
You feel me?
So when were you? Y'all both got good points, but I'm curious. What's gonna really be the tiebreaker is how y'all respond to this.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, you you proposed to somebody, right?
Yeah.
So that means you thought you were ready at that time.
Facts.
So what in that situation, like what was going on where you like knew like, yeah, I'm ready to propose. I'm ready to take that next level. Now, granted, proposing is just like, yo, it's a promise ring.
Yeah.
Promise.
It's like, yo, I'm pretty sure like I'm ready for the next level. You're not ready until you actually get there.
Until you get there, for sure.
What went through your mind? Like, what made you comfortable proposing?
We've been.
Please don't tell me you proposed at a wedding or after
No.
going to a wedding.
Hell no.
If you did.
Oh, look, let me tell y'all. So we've been doing a thing. We've been ups and downs, trials. We've been going through some different things that we overcame in 4 years, and she still stuck by my side. I stuck by her side. And, I obviously loved her. She loved me. And I'm like, shit, I couldn't see myself with anybody else at the time,
Mm-hmm.
And then we just went through some things that we couldn't overcome, unfortunately. So, but that's life.
Yeah, that's life.
Wait, what? The last part, you said y'all went through some things that y'all couldn't overcome, which is why y'all separated? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. What's your question? What?
I'm trying to figure out when Jared go date.
When did you know that?
Like, what's the?
When did you know you was ready? Like, he didn't really like answer it, but
that's different though. For Jared, he was on the show.
I still had a choice.
You still didn't really answer the question.
I still had a choice, even though it's show or not.
Like, how did you know you was ready? Like, what was your mindset?
My mindset when I proposed or when I was about to.
All right, so we're gonna let you think about this question.
I'm like, what's
Sure.
Hold on.
So what in your mind was like, I mean, granted you was on TV and everything, but what in your mind was like, you know what? I'm actually ready. Like, I don't care about people watching. I don't care about all this other stuff. Like, this chick, like, I know I'm ready to like try to take the next level with this chick.
So before all that, like my sole reason for going on the show was because one, I had like cut off all the women that I was involved with, because I was focusing on,
You
growing.
was recently an ex. You and your ex recently had broke up like a couple months before, right?
Yeah,
That's right. I remember.
Because we had tried to rekindle things and it wasn't really where, where I wanted it. So I was like, okay, well, let me I'm gonna go through my own journey and figure my things out and just cut out all the outside noise.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do want the next person that I'm in a relationship with to be something that's long lasting, something that's gonna fulfill me how I want to be fulfilled. So let me just cut off every other body that I'm messing with and just focus on me so that when that time comes that I'm ready. Mm-hmm. And then the show came. And that opportunity presented itself, and I was like, I've been doing things the traditional way my entire life, seeing a girl, going out on dates, talking to her, this, that, and the third, and then trying to make it work. So let me just try something the complete opposite way and see what the fuck happens. Like, ain't no hurt, no harm. I don't have to get married. I don't have to get engaged. Like, I don't have to do any of that. But I can still go on this show and because of the headspace that I'm in right now, like, I can potentially find somebody if I want that to happen. And going through the whole show and everything, like, you're having conversations with people and I feel like I was never having these conversations before. Like, even with people that I was with for 2 years, you know what I'm saying, a year and a half. Like, I was having
people you dated from Chicago?
Yeah. But I was having conversations with them that I really wasn't having with people in the pods and shit. So I was like, damn. Like, I was able to really peel back all of my layers and then just expose myself completely. And this person was able to accept me completely. And I was just like, you know what? I don't think there's been anybody that I've opened myself up to like this and that has been like, you know what, I still accept you. I still fuck with you. Yep. So I was like, well, shit, let me just take this leap of faith then. You know what I'm saying? So that was my reasoning. That's when I knew, like, oh damn, like I'm ready for this.
In 2 weeks, so I feel you. No, I get it. No, I'm saying, like, I feel you. Where you have to take a leap of faith in your situation.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me peel back a couple layers.
So now you got it.
Let me peel back a couple layers, man. So look, when I was single back in like 2014, 15, 16 and shit, I was dating, messing around with chicks. And I always would tell them, I'm like, look, I'm not on that with you. I'm just kicking it, having fun. I don't want a relationship. I always would use that excuse. I don't want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. None of that. And I always used to tell myself, I'm like, the next person I give myself up to is gonna be my last. You know what I mean? So I was being picky. I'm just messing with this girl, that girl, going on dates with this girl, that girl. So then I met my ex. So I was like, man, this one is a good one. It's a nice one. And we hit it off and everything. Even Jared knew, like, guys, when I met her, when I met her, I was 10 toes down. 10 toes down, right? So then once we got in a relationship, everything was smooth, and obviously you're gonna go through things in a relationship, and she accepted that. I accepted her. Obviously, we loved each other, and my pops always used to be like, man, the girl you marry or the girl you date, whoever that you spend the rest of your life with, she gotta love your dirty draws. And for her and I to be together, I'm just gonna say it, she loved my dirty draws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mad love for you. I get it.
Yeah, mad love. So I was like, man, I got love for her too. I love her to death, and I gotta go ahead and lock it up. I don't want to be with nobody else, and so that's what I went ahead and made that decision. So.
I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I still didn't get it.
You still ain't get it? Ah, shucks.
So what point did you know?
When I know, like a time frame within a relationship.
When you was just like, what this.
The thing is, when I was
like, when did you just say, you know what, I know this person is the one I'm supposed to be with? Because when I
was fucking up. And then she'll be like, she'll understand. And how did you feel about this when you went about that? And I'm like,
ooh, that's a trap.
All right, cool.
That's a trap.
And we had different discussions. And she was more understanding than any other woman that I've dealt with. She took care of me.
It sounds like what black dudes do with white women.
Yeah. She took care. Like
you know what?
The amount of love
I could just get away with shit with you. Girl, you make me sandwiches still. I'm just saying what the people probably make me some sandwiches sound like.
She took care of me too. I mean, like I said, she took good care of me. So you would want a wife, those traits, out of your wife. And I never seen that before, and I was like, I had to go ahead and lock it down. Unfortunately, we're not together. But,
I love it even more now.
I'm gonna have to
dirty draws.
My pops used to say that. He was like, "Hey, she got to love your dirty draws, man." So, and once you find that, then you gotta.
I ain't gonna lie.
Tight knit on it.
Because AJ, I better appreciate you keeping it a buck, man. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna let you know this right now.
Yeah, what's up?
How you sound is how I tell people when I ask a chick like, yo, like, why do you? Back in the day, why you love me, or why you in love with him? Like, she over there complaining about stuff, and so I'm like, yo, why you love him? Well, he's smart, he tall, he's a family man,
make me laugh.
He's good. I'm like, well, that's your checklist.
Make me laugh.
But what about him really do you love? Yeah. Like, you can fall in love with people, your checklist all the time. There's plenty of people like that.
Okay.
So that's what it sounds like when you was like, man, she was putting up with a lot. She was, there for him. She was cleaning. She was it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? They got all this stuff that I think is great in a wife. So I need to marry this person.
Good qualities.
Of course. Good qualities. Shit. It was just, everything was, it felt right. For me it did. It just didn't work out.
I'm gonna say it's that situation.
Yeah.
I just thought differently, man. I don't know.
I feel you. What you think when you knew?
Man. Well, even though I hate to put time on things, but knowing yourself is definitely key, man. Like knowing what irritates you, right? Even if something irritates you for no reason, or even if you're like, yo, I don't even know why this irritates me, but with people, with their relationships with people, like knowing yourself, like, yo, I get fucking irritated when people do this, and I don't know why. That's okay, because you understand yourself more. And I understood myself enough I've dated enough people where I'm like, yo, there's a reason why 7 months was my longest. I'm like, yo, it doesn't take me long to figure this out.
That is funny.
Like, I don't care if you're the nicest person in the world, like, you just don't do it for me. I'm not willing to go to battle with you. Like, I'm not willing to go through the trenches with you. Like, maybe we'll go through some ups and downs, but I'm not willing to be like, you know what? If you cheat on me today, like, there's a good chance I would, like, forgive you. I would try to be with you. I wasn't going through that with anybody.
Right.
So I told myself, like, if I could be with somebody longer than a year, like, I'm most likely going to marry him. Right. And sure enough, when I met my wife, it was like, and it wasn't the situation I was in at the time, like, I was single too, right? But I was at a place where, like, okay, money was starting to come in, because like we talked about on the last episode, if you're not secure as a man, like where you currently at is, no matter how great of a woman you are and what you do for me, like, most men is like, I need to have my own solid foundation before I can actually take the next level and do. I don't care if you make all the money.
Yep.
I got to be at least in a place where
I'm good.
I'm like, okay, that milestone that I've been really looking for is there, and then next, you keep working up from there. But I started getting into that place, and then spiritually, I'm like, you know what, like, I'm gonna try to slow down as much as I can. It's hard when you single. At the same time, I was open to it. you know, kind of like what Jarrette was saying, like I was open to something coming around, and if something came around that actually made sense, that I had no problem like turning away people and stuff like that. So I mean, you limit the amount of girls you actually messing with, like what Jarrette saying, and then when you actually meet your girl and like she actually stimulates you in a way that nobody else did, and then the other piece is like, shoot, when they actually tell you they love you, and you see like certain things that they do where they understand the way you tick, not like a checklist, but more so like, I know when AJ pull up in here and he got like his ones untied and his jeans ripped, like, you know, he feeling like confident right now, or maybe like, he in some sweats right now. That motherfucker like he having a bad fucking day, so he just like want to be like things like small things like that is the things that you really can like value in a person, where it's like, you know what, I know the way you tick a little bit. And when I asked my wife like how she knows she loved me, and she was able to say certain things that it wasn't like on a checklist,
that somebody wouldn't be able to tell.
You
of
know,
course,
all of that, man. So you put all that together on top of like the variables that they don't control, being that us, you know, where we are in our careers, where we are in life, money, all that stuff. You take that out, and that girl gives you that, like that's
I could have said the same things though. I just use some of the key words. But look, she can say the same thing. She was like, look, if you lose your leg, your arm, I'm always be here. You know what I mean? It's at the end like the same. When I would come home and she would have different surprises or gifts for me, or not even just like a meal, but it was just like some of my favorite things that I like to eat, or all right, here go your controller. I know you want to play the game with the guys. You know what I mean? Just little stuff.
It's going to be the last episode we probably grill you, I hope. But let me ask you this question. What about her did you love? What did you love about her?
Her dirty draws.
So her drive, ambition, how she treated me. You know,
you got to put drive and ambition on the side, though, because
you're right.
You said earlier.
You're right. No. It was just the way about it though. She wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I'm like, look, it takes money to make money. You know what I'm saying? You know you're doing this.
Okay,
you're trying to do your small business, but you know you're trying to start big. You got to start small. You got to come up. You know, it's different.
I got you.
But she definitely had drive in that. She has like the own candle business. But
drive and ambition.
The way she treated me, I never had a woman that treated me.
Nah,
but
I'm gonna
tell you this: the women are gonna grill. They gonna get on your ass. Yes,
they gonna grill.
Because everything you saying right now is about you.
It's about yes.
Like, she loved me right. She cooked for me. She had my back. Like it's all about you. But what did you love about her?
You didn't see my comments when motherfuckers was asking me when I said what I love about Ayana. They gonna grill you.
Oh my gosh, you're making me nervous. I'm just kidding.
So we gonna pause you for a year.
No, but I mean, when I met her, I told you I analyzed her for a long time, right?
You stalked her for a long time.
Stalked her for a little bit. You know, I analyzed her. I liked the way she moved. You know, carried herself as a woman, young lady, and all right.
So I'm gonna help you out. Why would you pick her over another chick? Why would you pick her over the last chick you smashed?
Last chick I smashed. I mean, it's just the way that they move. I mean, she's a different young lady than the last chick I smashed.
Yeah,
that's the reason why I smashed.
Their last names are different. Yeah,
you know. But
first names.
I mean, the thing is, we had a lot of good times together. You know, we had fun.
All right, why would you choose her
what characteristics?
Over my, I mean,
why would you choose her over your other ex-girlfriend? I'm trying to help you here, dog.
Y'all over here.
I just hate
really your
specifics.
Yeah, yes.
Why is it all about media?
I don't know what it's about. And that is the show. Yo.
No, look, it's tough to answer this question when I'm telling like how, you know, the dynamic of our relationship, but it's, you know, y'all trying to get some other things out of me.
This goes back to why I said like you can't have a checklist.
Yeah.
Like the checklist is your pre-qualifiers. Like yo, you can't can't get to the next suite if you don't have these pre-qualifications, right? And then once you have those, now it's game time. Yeah. All right, it's like I forgot what the exhibition phase or whatever before you get to like the World Cup and stuff. It's like, okay, you can do all that, but once you get to once you beat this team, once you get past this, and you get these 2 wins, all right, now you get to play the big dogs. And that's the point that I'm making, is that y'all should pay attention to the small things with people and what you actually say you love about them.
Yeah.
You're right.
Love is strong.
You're right.
You love strong, love.
But I said it first, though.
Love wrong, too.
Did you say it first? Or
what?
Your wife did it? Who said it first?
My wife said she loved me first. She was anti against it, too. She was like, nah, I ain't gonna be the one. I said, yo, I don't know why people always say that.
I think it's.
It wasn't coming from an arrogant standpoint, but it's like, yo, if I love you, like if I know I love you, like I'm gonna say it. Like maybe you might be like if you're 2 days ahead of me, whatever. But I'm not trying to.
You said 2 days.
Because like I would never say it to a girl because she said it to me. Like I want you to know like it's real.
Yeah.
And
love is a feeling too, though. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be characteristics or checkpoints or nothing. You could feel that and be like, man, this person is.
I love this conversation with somebody, and we was talking about love, and is love a feeling or is it a state of being?
Actually, it's a little bit of both. So
it is a little bit of both,
and it's a choice at the same time. You know, it's a decision that you make. To love somebody every single day of your life, like that's really a choice. It's not a feeling. That feeling that you're talking about, that infatuation and the stuff that it leads to after that, like that feeling dies out and goes away. Yeah. But making a choice, because it's like your best friends, right? It's like, yo, I'm choosing to be your best friend. I'm choosing to be your homie and stuff like that. Like there's no love. There's no like, oh, I feel the same way I felt for you since day one. It's like, nah, like I love you. Like it don't matter. Like because of my mind, like I'm committed like to this friendship. Yeah. I'm committed to it. And same thing with your marriage. You know, it's how you kind of gotta
What's the difference between being in love versus in love with somebody?
You just said the same thing.
Said the same thing.
No, I'm saying in love with I'm in love with you
versus loving
love you.
Loving somebody.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I think when you're in love with somebody, it's just unconditional, and you would do whatever for that person. Yeah, when you're in love, and you just can't see yourself without this person. Now, when I love somebody, it's like, all right, well, shit, I fuck with you enough that, like, you know what I'm saying, I got your back.
But it's some boundaries.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be in love with a woman, but I could not be in love with my homeboys. Like that shit.
Of course not. Yeah, I think it's only romantic. That is only for romantic relationships, being in love. And with your homies, you ain't gonna have no romantic relationship.
I don't know. You know what?
There's some niggas out there.
It definitely changes.
I never heard that.
Well, it definitely changes.
Being in love with a homie.
Nah, because some people just like, you know, that one homie that just follows the other person around. Like they just always look up to him and stuff like that. Like they in love with him because they admire them.
Yeah.
That happens in some friendships, but I would say the piece changes a lot.
You ever been in love with a homie? Nah, me either.
But the point that I'm making is, I mean, it depends on the person itself, right? Because I've never been a person that's like, oh, I'm just envious of this person, or like I admire this person that much. Like I respect them heavily, but it wouldn't be an in love factor.
No.
In love to me still is a commitment. It's like your kids, like you're in love with your kids,
right? You
know, and I can say that because I got a kid and I got a kid on the way. Like I'm in love with my kid where I'll do whatever it takes for him to be successful. Yeah. I'm not saying I will go do whatever it takes. You know, just because you're in love with somebody, you should do whatever it takes. I always feel like you should put like that little
asterisk.
Yeah, you know, the
fine print.
You're not gonna tell me you're struggling and I'm gonna shoot somebody for you. Now, if they do some crazy, then that's a different story. We can talk about that. But at the same time, like, no, I love my son. Like, I'm in love with my son. Like, I want him to succeed. I'm invested in his life. Yeah. Same way I am with my wife. Like, my friends, like, I love my friends, you know, but at the end of the day, their life is their life. You know, I'm not invested in their life where it's like, nah, man, you should be going ahead and you should be courting me. Or, you know, hey, man, why don't you hit me up enough? Like, that's when people start getting weird because you're like, bro, like, that ain't that type of relationship.
Has love ever made y'all do some crazy shit?
Yeah, it did, for sure.
Yeah. Actually, the only thing I could think of that I did was crazy was with my wife, and that's one of the many reasons I knew I was like going to marry her.
What you do?
Yeah. So I don't usually lose my cool when it comes down to like, you know, not answering your phone. You know, you was over at another dude crib, stuff like that. And it just so happened I was in Minnesota visiting my boy John with my sister. I forgot, I think it might have been Super Bowl weekend or something. I forgot, but my wife, she used to date one of her friends that are in their close friend group back in the day. Once again, I don't care about that. It never made me insecure. But then when you start tacking on, like you really feeling with this chick, you in love with her, and then they randomly they say like, oh yeah, I'm about to go over such and such house, all the homies and everybody gonna be over there. You looking like, all right, cool. But then when you like just stop answering your phone for like hours.
Yeah, you gotta.
You looking like what the fuck is going on? Like so not only did you go over your friend, like the friend's crib that you know is roommates with your ex or whatever, you know they all friends, try to have some other people over, and then you don't answer the phone. And then you call like 2.5, 3 hours later, and of course the excuse is always like, "Oh, we smoked, we passed out, or we did this." Of course, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Like usually, I would just write it off and be like, "All right, that's what you on. You gonna be on some book."
I'm cool.
I just like
I'm gonna move accordingly.
Yeah. But with her, like, no, I'm going off. Like John and my sister saw me out of character. Like I'm like, what? You think I'm fucking stupid? Who the fuck just randomly just falls asleep? Over another nigga's crib. I don't care how much you doing in a room full of people and your ex is there too. Like you think that like it's just going. I don't believe in those type of odds.
Right.
You know. I mean, that was just me personally, but I mean, once I learned her even more after that, I realized she does that dumb shit sometimes. You know, because I've seen her do it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's when I knew. Like that's what my sister do too. She's like, oh, I've never seen Lester act like this. Because I ain't gonna. At the end of the day, like I'm never gonna let somebody get the best of my emotions. Like, but she did. And I was like,
for me, moving in within 3 months. I'm like, I'm here for the long haul. I'm here for a good time and a long time. Let's go ahead and make it work, man. So AJ, moving in.
You was in love in 3. You was in love in 3 months?
No, I was looking to
moved in 3 months.
When you moved in 3 months, I said, what has? Wait. What? I said, what crazy thing has love made you do?
No, I wouldn't say that. But
because you were in love, you moved in 4 months.
I was trying to when we first met. I had aspirations for all of that, and I'm like, all right, bet, like, let's move in, let's do this.
I don't think you ain't answering the question.
We got a timeshare together. All night. No, for real. We got a timeshare. Y'all trying to go like deep in the shit.
No, I'm asking like level. What is
we literally crazy? Got a timeshare within a year.
No, he literally was just asking what's the
what's the craziest thing you've done because you were madly in love. That's it.
All type of shit because shit. The shit that Les did, that's all the time. I mean,
I got one that this nigga was crazy in love. And,
like that shit. Yeah. I do that all the time. Like
you do it all the time.
That ain't crazy though.
Well, how is it? Well, let's answer the question if it ain't crazy.
You said he went off on her.
You know, it was out of character.
That's fine. That's out of character for me. You seen some times where I'm like,
that's what I'm talking about.
All right, fine.
Let me hear it.
Explain the time. Tell his truth because apparently I ain't answering the questions right, y'all. So let Jarrette tell it.
This motherfucking house party. This the craziest I've seen this nigga act. I swear to God. We was at this house party, and an altercation was going on. Everybody was drinking. That liquor was flowing. Everything was cool. Like it was just a room full of friends, a room full of people. You know what I'm saying? But I guess there had been tensions from a previous trip, but you know what I'm saying? It was all swept under the rug. Like, wasn't nobody really tripping on it.
Tensions between who?
Between his ex and another
ex.
Oh, that's a different story. That's a different scenario. But it's so many that I'm like, I'm going to flip regarding to Tigger, I'm going to flip.
Yeah. But this is the craziest I've ever seen him act. And that's why I was just like, oh, I know this nigga really love her. Like, really, to the point where
a few times, though.
He was like, I guess they had got into an altercation in the bathroom, and we all outside, like, because we didn't know what the fuck was going on. We just heard noise. And then when they said it was his ex and another chick, that nigga AJ ran in the bathroom, grabbed, and then we trying to grab AJ to help him to get her off of her, and AJ pushing all on us, and we like, all right, big dog.
It was wild as hell.
All right, big dog. Get off of me.
It was a wild situation.
I'm like,
then it was one time where you ain't know where your wife was at. Well, I don't know at the time that y'all weren't married, but
I knew where she was at. She wasn't answering the phone.
She wasn't answering the phone. Yeah. So it was kind of the same scenario. We had my homegirl Megan. She had a little stripper party. Remember that? And like that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know. I'm not answering the questions right, but I'm like, shit, it's the same shit. But I couldn't find where Tika was at. So it's niggas around there. I don't know them niggas, you know. So I'm like, well, where is she? I'm asking a couple chicks, like, where she at? They don't even know what's going on. I'm like, damn, we on 90, whatever. And I'm like, I'm outside, like, damn, where she at? So it's like 2:45 in the morning. I'm like, I ain't seen her in over an hour. I'm like, oh, man, something ain't right. So at this point, I'm spazzing out. I'm tweaking on people. People trying to be like, calm down. I'm like,
she came to the party with you?
Yeah.
And you ain't see her for an hour now?
She didn't come with me. She came with somebody else. But she was just up. She was, long story short, she was upstairs in a room just chilling. And I didn't know where the hell she was.
Did you hear her phone?
Yeah, she didn't answer.
Oh, no, I'll leave.
Wait, were y'all together? Or y'all was on the break?
It might have been something like that, but we were still going home together, though. Yeah. And that's how wild as fuck. That's how wild as hell I used to be.
AJ has been crazy in love.
Nah, for real, Jarrette.
Like crazy as the main thing. So we gonna break that to an end.
That's why I was like, man, that ain't nothing compared to.
We sorry that AJ didn't answer a lot of the questions today, but I'm pretty sure he meant to. So we're going to try and figure this out at another time. But we got another guest coming on, man, and we got some dope episodes in here. So we appreciate y'all as we continue to kick off this season. If y'all got questions, anything, man, y'all got comments, of course, always drop it. You can reach me as Baldassles, all right? BALDASSLES.
Are you high?
Nah.
Oh, that shit slow as hell.
You got it, so I can actually write it down.
So they get ready to.
You can reach me. I think Frank gonna put the watermark in the thing.
You're losing your opportunity right now.
You can find me at @theJJones_05. I think that's my.
You don't even know your Instagram. You done changed your Instagram, bro. Since I know you done had about 5 Instagram names.
This is my third one. It's my third one.
You done had about 5.
It's my third one.
Where can they find you, AJ?
First one was riding solo.
I ain't got time for y'all right now. Where can they find you, AJ, dog?
Handsome Phenom, man. Hey, if you don't know, it's on our page. Check it out. I ain't gotta spell it out.
You don't know how to spell it.
None of that.
Yo,
Handsome Phenom.
The Gentleman's Lounge. We appreciate y'all. We out.